Almost getting 3-1. 400 to 1.2 would be exactly a 3-1. So 125 to 1.1, pretty close to it. Fedor thinking it over. Fedor is so much fun to watch play because you can see the gears working in his brain. Oh, wow. This time Fedor let it go. Even the best in the world sometimes fold incorrectly. I'm sure Jeff did not love his chances there. Wow.
Why are you waiting for me?
Because I'm supposed to check the cards and then do that before I push pot.
He's right though. You have to give him the pot before you take it.
No, I'm not gonna muck them. I just gotta check them.
But like I have to protect my hand until the hand is over.
Yeah.
He's son of
Sorry,
hearts.
I won't muck your hands, don't worry.
Because then it becomes your mistake.
No, but it's...
Yeah.
So you just...
Okay. Kind of like, what do I say? No, but yeah, I was told to check the cards before I push pot.
It's not that I think you're like a bad dealer, it's just that I like see mistakes like all the time.
Okay.
Because
I won't take offense, don't worry.
When the
It's never like
So what I think happened was...
Freaks me out.
What I think happened there after the hand, guys, was that the dealer either like didn't take Fedor's hand, or like tried to take.
That was a good turn.
Like, you're not supposed to give your hand away, throw your hand to the dealer until you get pushed to the pot to protect yourself from some weirdness happening where the last live hand wins.
Folded. It was that good, he just couldn't play it anymore.
I think Fedor and Jeff both pointed that out in a very polite manner.
I don't know.
By the way, at the outer table, Mustafa was all in, ace-10 against jack-9, and Mustafa doubled up with his ace-10.
Play one fold.
He's up to 20 blinds now.
Just the pot.
Folds.
Go.
Yeah, please.
no, thank you.
Yeah, I couldn't work out some of the plays he was doing. It was just random.
Quick hand
Big
there.
blind sky, queen 10. Why not? See what happens. Okay, you might only be 10% chance to win with it, but you know, you should be right. Still 1 in 10. It's obviously working. He's got a massive chip stack. I think he's hitting them.
40,000 to call.
Only 1,000.
40,000.
Oh, damn it.
No, one day isn't playing.
One day it might work.
Play my folds.
All in a call at the outer table.
Folds.
King Jack for David Olson. Queen Jack for Mustafa.
Folds.
David Olson raised the button. Mustafa shoved. Mustafa's going to have to improve here. Queen Jack against King Jack. And that sounds like a bad flop for Mustafa. King, Queen... Sorry, King 8, 3. Turn 6, and Mustafa Knit, who was the chip leader for most of the day today, Mustafa is out. And we are down to our final 10 players. Just like that. Mustafa goes from 4 million to 0.
We'll let that table do the work. Yeah. Let one guy can come here with the chips, and he can just bleed them off.
And with Mustafa's elimination, we are down to the final 10 players, playing down to the final 7 tonight. Started with 36 today. 725 total contestants in this tournament. Jeff versus Fedor again here. Blind versus blind. Jeff makes top pair.
Check. Take a bet.
So both tables playing 5-handed now. Jeff checks again here on the turn. Still leads 3-1 favorite.
Checks. Checks. Cards, please.
Great.
Fedor rivers the straight.
No, it could have at least been the 5.
Wow, Jeff has no reaction. Not even a little
I tried.
chuckle. Not even a little
Not hard
tee-hee.
enough.
Not hard enough. Hard enough. Right, that
Fedor
was
does win that pot though.
That sounds like a dad joke.
Blinds and antes, please.
questionable, but we tried.
Didn't have a heart.
We tried. Did Musta just bust?
Yeah, is that what I heard? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
Yeah, Queen Jack versus
He sure did.
Antes, please,
King
sir.
Queen? Queen Jack, King Queen.
Mustafa.
Thank you.
That is
Chip leader to
a
nowhere.
fucking torch. Yeah, Shirani has like 6 million at least.
Oh, Shirani. I've been saying Shireen. All right, Shirani, according to Jeff Rossiter. Sorry.
Chips have all just moved to one person.
Yeah, it does sound like there's been some carnage at that other table.
Race.
Player 3
Shirani,
races, 100,000
Vijayaram has now 6 million chips.
Player 4 folds. Player 5 calls.
So we're down to the final 10.
Heads up.
Average stack right now is 2.175 million, almost 2.2 million average stack.
Checks.
Really only Rossiter. I mean, even Fedor has a little under average right now. Next level is going to put a lot of pressure on these players when it hits 25 and 50,000.
I didn't think you'd hit. I figured I'll find out pretty quick though.
Antes and blinds, please.
Right now, about 1:30 in the morning in
I
Australia.
think there's no
Last
point you wait
year's
till it's,
Aussie
half
Millions
an hour later you can watch the
day
hand.
4 was over around
stay
2
there.
in the morning. Looking like we're gonna outlast
You are
that
the big blinding
time
center.
tonight.
Don't know why I didn't choose to re-raise your pre-flop. Sort of live on the edge, you know, see a flop like that and still go for it.
40,000 to call. Folds.
Nicholas Wright gonna be first to act. He lays it
Three
down.
races.
One had a blonde moment.
Player 4 folds.
Pretty good hand here for Jeff Rossiter.
Nobody's
90,000
judging
to
you.
call.
I am.
Fold.
That's all right.
And action over to Tobias Housen with King 6 offsuit.
Fold.
And he wisely gets out of the way. And Rossiter going to pick up that pot.
Like it worked, but
A little frustrating there.
There's a lot easier ways to get the money. Less risky.
This is a sick grind. In like 12 hours.
Long
the
days?
next
Yeah,
final
it's
table.
crazy. We're not even close.
You're just playing all the way through.
Yeah, just keep sitting here.
Leave you here, you'll be
Yeah.
in the same seat for the 100k profit.
Oh, you
Just
playing
make
tomorrow?
me, like prepare me a bed over here. Yeah, in like 12 hours.
What time do you
Yes,
have to
that's
start?
true. Fedor is
1 or 2, yeah. 2.
Yep.
100K.
We do start tomorrow at 2 p.m. local time.
And Sunday again. Ah.
Yeah.
Tough life for Fedor. All these final tables. Oh, it's
Votes?
so tiring.
I
We
mean,
will be
dripping.
live for
Blue
the
Cross, whatever it is to keep it
100K,
going.
the Anton Jewelry 100K Challenge final table. That will be about 12 hours, 13 hours from
1:30.
now.
Raise is 1:30. It is 1:30.
No matter how
to
long this takes, that show will be live in 13 hours or so. Capiko just woke up, went to sleep to my voice, and woke up right back to it. Well, good morning, buddy. Good morning to all you North Americans waking up on the East Coast.
I thought you were going to go then.
Votes.
You'll be.
I've been casting now for 13 hours. Here we are.
That flop comes the ace.
Still probably got at least a couple hours to go.
Maybe hit a set. How do you know?
Me? Nah.
Never?
Nah. Not with that hand. I'm not that lucky.
We will be rotating the feature table
At
at
a
the
good old
break.
25, 50,000, 5K NT level. That's what I'm looking forward to. Like 90 more minutes of extreme leisure.
We're probably going to switch
Yeah,
again.
Fedor is
So
right.
they come off.
2550 should really be 10,000
At
ante.
least it's not as hot under the lights down there.
40,000 to call.
We will be rotating this out, like Fedor said, or
Votes.
somebody said. I should-
Votes.
This was a $10,000 buy-in. 725
26
players
races.
began this event.
100,000 to
36 started
Play
today.
one.
We are down to the final
Vote.
11. Sorry, 10 now with Mustafa Kanet's elimination.
Don't look tired.
At least our feature table is playing pretty quick.
Big
You
blind,
ever
please,
done
when you're
like
ready.
a 24-hour session or anything?
Huh?
You ever done like a 24-hour session
If
or anything?
I've done
Yeah.
ever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Live?
Yeah.
So you are the big
Multiple
blind
times.
in 10.
If there are just some games
Oh, yeah.
you would play until you literally like fall asleep on the table.
40,000 to call.
We've all been there.
5 votes. 40,000 to call. Player 6 raises. Votes. 100,000 to call.
Oh, Tobias's turn to get aces here.
Votes.
100?
100 total. 60,000 more.
Fedor going to defend
Oh.
his big blind with
Heads up.
Jack 8 offsuit. Off to the flop we go. Tobias very favored.
IV drip a Red Bull, thanks. IV Red Bull. Coming straight from the ceiling.
Top set here for Tobias. Fedor catches a little piece of it, but I do mean little. Only 2% chance of winning here. And it has to come Jack for him to win. Diamond to tie.
Player 6 bets. 130,000 to call.
Tobias does continue here with a bet on the flop. Will Fedor continue here?
Calls.
Fedor does call here.
Check or bet.
And diamond on the turn. That actually gives Fedor some hope here. It'll probably make this tougher for Tobias to extract
Give him the
much
IV,
value out
exactly
of
normal.
Fedor here, and maybe Fedor can bluff this hand on the river if it goes check on the turn.
Checks. Check or bet. Checks.
Ooh, check on the turn, and there is a river 10, and that's exactly the card that Tobias wants to see. Aces full of tens. The second, actually say third nuts. Royal flush would be the best hand. Quad 10, second best hand. And then aces full of tens, the third possible best hand. Fedor might try to bluff here. Yep. These chips are direct deposit, friendship
Player 4 bets.
tokens. He will never see, at least not for the rest of this hand.
290,000 to call.
Fedor makes a big bet too, 290,000. That's a big chunk of change. And Tobias is like, okay, yeah, sure. 100% we're going to see a raise. The question is how much. But rest in peace, that 290,000. Fedor is paying attention, but he's going to get the bad news shortly here when Tobias raises or shoves. Now, I wonder how much... I mean, we can see that the right raise size here is the absolute minimum raise, right? Min raise is the only chance that he has, but even then, of course, there's no chance. There is no value to be extracted here. He has to raise and then in hope that in some universe Fedor has a worthful house or...
Oh, bluff there one time and be a hero.
Language. This is a children's morning show, I'm pretty sure. Fedor not happy about it, but didn't get that read exactly right. Not quite ace 10, but ace. So with that pot, Fedor down to about 1.6 million or so.
Thank you. $40,000 to call. Player 6 folds.
Ace 9 suited here for Nicholas Wright. Gotta imagine he's gonna play that one.
Player 1 raises, 110 to call. Player 3 folds, player 4 folds.
Over to the big blind. Luke Roberts. Aussie on Aussie action here. Luke Roberts' total amount of cashes to date
1.1 all up.
equals about $3,000. Nicholas Wright's total live cash is about $90,000.
If I'm 1.1, 1.135, not much difference.
3.5 might make the difference.
You'd think Roberts would defend here in the big blind with 9-8, but nope, Roberts lets it go. And hey, he was dominated there.
It was the 1 mil behind you.
Button's good.
Thank you. Lines and antes, please.
Next hand underway here. Fedor going to be the player on the button.
Having fun, are you? Enjoying my company?
Always. $40,000 to call. Player 1 folds. Player 3 raises. $90,000 to call.
So Jeff Rossiter raises with an unknown hand, but Fedor's got a pretty good one here with ace 10 on the button.
Calls. Player 5 folds. Player 6 folds. Heads up.
So Jeff has 6 of diamonds. Fedor did call.
Check a bet.
Neither player improves much here. Rossiter now with a gut shot and backdoor flush draw. You would expect to see Jeff continue with aggression here as the pre-flop raiser. More often than not, you're going to fire on the flop as well, especially a flop like this where you don't really have a hand that can be shown down. Don't really want to check call here.
Player 3 bets. $160,000 to call. Folds.
And Fedor folds the best hand, and that's why you continue with the bet as the pre-flop aggressor. And Jeff picks up that pot.
We'll have to do it at the same time.
How are you doing it smooth?
We'll work together.
System.
Button's good.
Thank you. Mine's an anti years.
I mean, you're breaking like 8 years of pattern for me as well.
So Fedor's got to play that 100K final table in about, I guess it's 12-ish hours away. A little more than that, maybe like 12 and a half hours away from that final table kicking off. That'll be streamed here on Twitch. That's the Anton Challenge.
Huh? Oh.
I didn't even play long enough to have any patterns.
That's the $100,000 buy-in
8
final
years, man.
table.
$40,000 to call.
That'll be in a
Played in the golden time.
12 hours from now.
My 7th Aussie millions.
Welcome back.
Jeff Rossiter got third in this event back in 2011 for $700,000.
Player 4 raises. Player 5 folds. $90,000 to call. Player 6 folds.
This one deepest drawn?
$90,000.
Oh?
I need to win to have my biggest cash.
Huh?
I need to win to have my biggest cash in this event.
Really?
Yeah.
How did you finish? Second?
I chopped 3-handed.
Oh, he got even more than third then if he chopped. So he chopped for more than $1 million, he said.
Who did you chop with?
Player 1 calls.
Fedor.
David Gore and
Right.
James Keys in 2011.
Every time. Thank you. I think I edit that.
Fedor and Nick going
Heads
to the
up.
flop here. Fedor with position in the best hand.
Okay. Check a bet.
Oh, that's a pretty good flop for King 10 offsuit. Fedor with a flush draw, but
Checks. Check a bet.
less than 1% chance of winning this hand. Must come ace-ace, or could also come queen of clubs, jack of clubs. How hard can that be?
Player 4 bets. $60,000 to call. $60,000.
Fedor putting money in this pot. He's not going to see this either. Fedor had 2.5 million not too long ago, but has found himself in some unfortunate situations against full houses. And Nick Wright is just thrilled about the situation he's in. Is he going to check call or check raise here?
calls.
Looks like he's going to just slow
Heads
play.
up.
And Fedor hopes to improve, but it would be best for him if he did not. Turn queen, so Fedor can't win this hand.
Checks.
You could make it straight with a jack.
Checks. Heads up. Check a bet.
Does go check check. And now both players improve. Nick now has kings full of queens. Fedor has kings and queens, ace kicker. And I think Nick has to do his own bidding here. Pretty sure this is going to be the last hand before the break. Oh, Nick checks it. And now Fedor's going to check.
Checks. Cards, please.
And Nick's not happy about it, but
full house.
he's going to win that pot. Gotta say,
Full
Fedor's probably not going to be thrilled, but could have been worse, man. Could have made a flush yourself or an ace or made a straight or something. And Nick Wright's going to win that pot, and we are going to take a 15-minute break here as we're going to rotate out these featured tables. So we're going to get the other table into the main spot here. This table is going to get rotated out to the side. We have 10 players remaining here in our Aussie Millions 2017 main event. We have 14 minutes left on the clock. We are playing down to the final 7. Don't go anywhere. When we get back, we're going to continue our journey to that final table right here, live on Twitch.
Nice to meet you.
How long have you been playing poker?
Around 8 years, 10 years. Yeah, pretty long.
Is there anyone that you sort of that you look forward to playing against that's left in the tournament?
I'm actually playing with David. He's a good friend of mine and he's next to me. And he's really good, David Yan. But there is different good players still in, and I don't mind. Like, we always play against each other, so I'm not waiting for them.
He's on the same table as you?
David is next to me, yeah. We are having fun, actually. So it's good. We are good friends outside, but at the table is something different. We have big rivalities, put it that way.
So you do sort of have a rivalry as well? Like a friendly rivalry?
With my friend, all of my closest friends are my biggest enemy in the table, so like, see that.
So who's in front between you and David at the moment?
David has more, but my chips in my hand is better than the one he, you know, like he has more, but I have more in the future, you know what I mean?
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the 2017 Aussie Millions live from Crown Melbourne in Australia. We have rotated out our featured table, and now we have the formerly outer table is now our featured table here, headlined by Jairam, who has 5 million. Here's Joel.
7. We are beginning level 26. Our blinds are 25,000, 50,000. Our ante is 5,000. Dealers, please. Our main event continues. Shuffle up and deal.
Yeah. So what is it? 25.50 with the 5. And ante. Your ante, please, man.
All right. Getting underway here. 10 players remain, getting down to our final 7 tonight. Cards are in the air. Blinds are now 25 and 50,000 with a 5,000 chip ante. I've been told that we have no hands this first hand, but we'll have it for the second.
One raises to 105,000. Say 2 folds. Say 3 folds. Say 5 folds.
Action over to Peter Aristidou.
Say 6 calls. Heads up.
And Peter's going to call. We're heading to the flop here. Heads up. Looks like Aldemir was the pre-flop raiser.
Seat 6 checks.
We'll get those graphics for you guys next hand. Looks like first hand. We don't have that for you just yet.
Seat 1 bets 80,000. 80,000.
Got a bet here from Aldemir. Nice shot there. The table reflected off the glasses. That's cinematography right there. We're going to win an Emmy for that shot.
Yes.
Ace 5-4 flop, 2 clubs, turn 7.
I'm good, cheers. Actually, I'll get a scotch and coke. Sorry, I'll get another scotch and coke, please.
You have 5 stacks of yellows, right?
Started with 725 players. Down to the final 10. $1.6 million for first place. We started today 13 and a half hours ago.
Or a day off.
Yeah.
Today's Friday. Today's Friday. Yeah.
Action is here on Aldemir. Looks like Aldemir is probably betting Ace 5-4-7, I believe. 2 clubs on the flop.
Seat 1 bets 215,000.
Aldemir does bet here on flop. Don't know hands this first hand. We'll have the graphics for you guys next hand.
I'm all in.
Seat 6 all in.
Oh, Peter shoves
Seat
here.
1 call. All in call.
And a quick call. What are these hands? Ace 4-5-7, two clubs. What are these hands? It sounds like 2 pair for. Oh wow! Straight to the 8 against Ace 5, 2 pair. What a cooler! Aldemir's got to find an ace or a 5 here. Or Aristotle is going to have a huge double up. Not exactly sure who has more chips. 6 is not going to do it. Local Aussie player, Peter Aristotle, is going to double up. First hand after the break. The old 6-8 suited has done work here at this featured table.
Yes,
you can see tournament director Joel Williams helping you keep.
Can I get 2 balls on these, please?
I just fucked it up here.
Yeah, there.
10.
Nice hand.
It's a solid double up for Peter.
No, you have a little bit changed. 7 man plus that, just 10.
Yeah. I've got 700 something. 700.
I'll just check.
Aldemir is going to be very short stacked after this hand.
50.
And the dealer is shipping over a big percentage of Aldemir's stack. Oh, and those 2.
Sorry?
Not a good time to take drink orders when the guy just lost his majority of his stack. Nice hand there for Peter.
It's over here, right? Your button?
Yeah, Yeah, button
That's the
boost.
most chips he's had all day. I'm pretty sure he should be up to maybe 7, or rather, sorry, maybe like 1.3, 1.4 million. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 1.6 million, 1.8. My guess maybe actually up to like 1.8 million, maybe something like.
There's a small blind better.
Next hand underway, and Aldemir's down to the nubs. He'll be all in this hand just based on, like, he must be all in for, yeah, he's not quite all in for the big blind, but maybe he is actually all in with 50K exactly. He's all in for the antes and blinds here. Vajiram gonna raise it up with the deuces.
Is he all in with a big blind? Can you throw one of these so we know?
Or when the action goes to
No,
him.
because I didn't hear it, seriously. Honestly, I didn't know.
I haven't announced it yet.
Sorry?
That's it. I haven't announced it yet. It's just his big
not
blind.
on him yet.
He won't be all in until the action's on him. That makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
well, he is
I'll
all
never
in if
announce
he's
it.
all in the big blind. Does he have 5K left? If the player only has 50,000 chips, he's all in when he's all in for the blind.
So it's 6 folds. All right, all in cool.
All right, so Aldemir versus Vajiram. Deuces can't be that big of a favorite.
Nice. You got him? It's a good situation. Good luck. Good luck.
All in a call. Deuces against the mighty 6'4" offsuit. 6'4", not in that bad a shape here. Aldemir's got to find some 4s and 6s or other improvement. Otherwise, he'll be out of here in 10th place. That's not a good start to his cause. Aldemir's got to find a 3 and a 5, 4 and a 6, a 4 and a queen. He's not dead. Queen or a 4 now. Would make Aldemir the higher full house. And Aldemir is going to be busting out of here.
Well played, man. Thanks, man.
Played really well all day. He's been at the featured table on and off all day. I think he's played really fantastically. He's going to be our 15th place finish, or 9th place finish? I think he's our 10th place finisher, but whether he's 9th or 10th, he's going to receive $115,000. Yeah, he's our 10th place finisher for $115,000. And now all remaining players are guaranteed $155,000. So there's a $40,000 payout jump for everybody else just for surviving. And now we're down to the final 9.
Big blind, mate.
One big blind,
sorry,
right?
Dead small. Yeah.
Final table will be of 7. We are 2 spots away from that final table. Blinds are 25 and 50,000. There are some short stacks out in the field.
Thank you. Cheers.
Mustafa got 11th. We started with 10. I'm almost positive we just lost 10th.
Say 3 folds. Say 4 folds. Say 5 folds, sorry.
Thank you. Hey, chuck it in. Yeah, sweet.
Action folds around here to some newly doubled up Peter Aristidou. Morris Williams wants to purchase his Crony 6 max. It goes 6 max down at the final 36. At the other table, there's an all in and a call.
To 110,000.
I heard pocket queens.
110.
Pocket queens against ace king of Nicholas Wright. Ace 10 8. So Nicholas Wright, the short stack, has made a pair of aces here. Turn is a 10. So how's He's got to find a queen, or Nicholas Wright is going to double up on the outer table. Oh, queen on the river. You can hear the excitement of the outer table. And Nicholas Wright is our 9th place finisher for $155,000. And just like that, we're down to 8.
2 races to 330,000.
Jayaram going to race here with queens, of course, against the open. Button. Big blind versus the button here. Eight players remain. We're playing down to 7 tonight. No payout jump.
Thanks, Coles.
For the next spot out. And Peter is going to call here with that ace-9 offsuit. Already 700,000 in the pot. If this flop comes 9 high, Peters could be in some trouble here. You know, he's still got a decent stack. I mean, still got 1.5 million, but only 2x the pot. Having called this here. Fedor is still in at the outer table. Oh, no. Wow. 9 high flop. This is horrible for Peter Aristidou after playing so well all day long. Can he somehow survive flopping top pair, top kicker in a re-raised pot? By Jair, I'm loving this, or at least you would imagine he's loving this flop. Queen's looking good. $700,000 in the pot.
So 2 bets, 400,000.
Only $1 million and 400,000. I mean, I'm not really sure how you can get away from this hand if you're Aristidou. If you're going to call the re-raise pre-flop, which is not crazy button versus big blind at all. If you're going to call, you're obviously at least calling here on the flop. There's no way you can fold here on the flop. You're at least calling. If Aristidou is lucky, the turn card will be like a king or something, and maybe that'll slow him down.
6 calls.
That's a call. So Aristidou is hoping the board stays low, but wow, deuce of clubs. If that's the real turn card, then I am not sure how Aristidou gets away from it. This is just a cooler. Overpair against top pair, top kicker, short-handed poker. We started this broadcast 14 hours ago, nearly at this point. Could it all come to an end here? Aristidou with under a pot-sized bet left. Jayaram, our massive chip leader in this tourney, only 21 million chips in play. And it looks like it's going to be another bet.
550,000.
550?
550. Call?
Call.
Seat 6 calls.
Just a flat call here from Aristidou. And man, I mean, I don't know. Aristidou is in for almost his entire stack at this point. He only has 500,000 left.
550.
550, right? 550 or 500?
550. Say 2 checks. 5 checks.
Just check on the river. And wow, you know, hey, you got to give Aristidou credit for not going broke. I'm not really sure And you can see Vijayaram is kind of upset because I think he's upset because he could have got it all if he had just shoved the turn or shoved the river. And somehow Aristidou is not out, but he is our short stack now. 6.6 million. Vijayaram has got about a third of the chips in play.
Yeah, no worries.
So we are hand for hand right now, which means both tables are going to play one hand and then stop.
We're hand for hand now, guys. So
we're waiting or no?
Hand for hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just be waiting until we get the all clear.
Wow. Nice.
That was a long hand. We're waiting for them? Really? That's weird.
Second. Just won that huge pot.
I said that was a really long hand. We're still waiting for them, I'm saying? Or
really
no, we're good to go? Alright, no worries.
That wasn't the one, right?
Huh?
It doesn't matter.
Small blind, big, no, dead button. Small blind, big blind.
I'm all right.
25,
25?
25.
Now, Peter only has about 10 or 11 big blinds.
Take 5 folds.
Aristidou with Jack 4, he's going to let it go. Take a hand off to cool down and recollect. He's still in it. Vijayaram's going to be getting in here with the... Look at all those chips, by the way. Look at that horizontal expansion right there. That's a beautiful thing to see. He's got like a main house of chips and like a guest house, like an outhouse, like a vacation home. That is a sprawling display of chips right there. And I have to say, I cannot wait to watch this final table.
Take 3 calls.
In 34 hours from now. Tonight, don't forget, the $100,000 challenge. That's the Anton Jewelry $100,000 buy-in challenge. Headlined by some dude named Fedor Holtz. You might have heard of him. Mike Watson, David Peters, Sam Trickett, Nick Petrangelo. All at that final table. The chip leader.
3 chips.
Out of him.
Take 2 bets, 125,000.
Sondheimer. Former champion David Steike also in that final table. That's going to get played tonight with a shot clock in just 12 hours. So if you haven't pressed that follow button, come hang out with us for more Aussie Million action tonight. And another pot for Vijayaram, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
It's like, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't put my cards on the card reader. I just have too many chips.
What?
Yeah. I think he's just asleep.
We are 11 hours, 44 minutes away. I think it's actually less than that, honestly. 10 p.m. Eastern time. So about 12 hours from now, we will start the broadcast with a $100,000 higher holder final table.
Say 6 folds.
Vijayaram with ace-8 suited on the button. That's definitely going to qualify for a raise.
150?
See 2 raises to 150,000. See 3 folds. See 5 folds.
And Vijayaram going to win that pot. Next hand underway. Peter, probably the short stack in the tournament. He's in the big blind.
That's amazing. $145.
Seat 2 raises to 145,000. Seat 3 folds, seat 5 folds.
The GRM raising it up with fours here, and Aristidou with ace-jack suited. Aristidou only has 9 big blinds.
All in.
Seat 6 all in.
Vajayram. Aristidou decides to shove here, and I think Vajayram's going to have to find a call. I mean, because he raised to 150,000, so he's getting about 2 to 1. Obviously, you never love calling an all-in with fours, but
2 calls, all-in call. Just keep your cards face down.
He does call it here. We've got ourselves a classic coin flip now. Fours are actually 57% here. And if we lose two, we're going to have our final table set.
Good luck, Peter.
Off to the top. Oh, and there's a jack for Peter. The local Aussie takes a commanding lead in this hand. The Giant's got to find a 4 and a 4 only. That's not going to do it. Aristidou looking great here to double up and stay alive. Giant only got 2 outs on this deck. Must be a 4. Oh, that is heartbreaking. Get there on the end with a 2-outer. That is the way to win a coin flip right there. Congratulations to Aristidou. He's going to end up walking out of here with $155,000. Great day for him. I know he was disappointed, but hey, still a great score. What a way to end the night. I cannot wait for this final table. You're looking at our chip leader, the man that has over a third of chips to play. We're going to see some amazing poker action just about 34 hours from now. Jeff Rossiter still in the field. Ben Heath actually in second place. He was just at our feature table. You see him off to the left right there. Fedor Holt, our short stack at the final. Only about 23 big blinds.
Yeah, we're done. You made the final table, guys. Congratulations.
We're done, man. Well done.
2 Germans, 2 Americans, 3 Aussies.
Oh, wow. It's crazy. That's just luck, man. I'm on the biggest roll. I played a satellite on Sunday, won it, $130, and now I'm sitting here.
$130 satellite? Wow, awesome, man. That's awesome.
$130 satellite. And now, chip leader heading to that final table. That is amazing. And on the other side of that, you can see the pain in Peter's face. He's feeling disappointed right now, but that 115,000 is going to wash away the pain. Understandably, start with 725 players, make it down to the final 8, and bubble the final table.